we have on the show today Suman Siroya, who is a mindset and happiness expert. She's an international keynote speaker and a best-selling author. She was born to reign happiness and impact the world with positivity and peace. She has mastered the science and art of designing this unique blueprint, which she Christians say that you are the creator of your destiny. Her target is to impact 1 million people in the next 5 years. Her very frequent posts on LinkedIn have been liked and commented by scores of people. In fact, this week, one of her posts received rave reviews from LinkedIn, who sent her a notification stating that this post was in the top 1% globally. No mean feat. Welcome to the show, Suman.
Thank you, Premraj. Good evening, Premraj. I offer deep gratitude for inviting me to this prestigious platform of Power Up. And good evening to the lovely audience out there, and happy moments to all of you. Thank you.
It's nice having you on the show, Suman. So let's dwell straight into the questions. How did you get started on this topic, and how long have you been at it?
It's over 15 years since I have been connected to the power of the mind, because it was that time when I got connected to my spiritual master. And the story will come when I talk about my personal story. You will come to understand how it was linked with my personal journey.
It's said no
Thanks.
one can go and change a bad beginning, but there's always a new dawn. Your thoughts on this?
I'm very glad you asked, because this is the most important question of my life. I am happy today because of what I have gone through. I'd like to share this journey with all of you. How many of you all have felt you all have been cheated of the best years of your life? A few years back, if anyone had asked this question, I would have said yes, but not anymore. Today, I offer deep gratitude to my spiritual master for bringing about this miraculous transformation. He blessed me with an inner peace so profound that nothing external can shake it. One day I thought I'd die a failure in life. I was born in a conservative family where marriage was a priority, education secondary, and careers were unheard of. Talking to the opposite sex was taboo. At the age of 22, I entered into an arranged marriage with stars in my eyes and rosy dreams for the future. I wanted to be that perfect daughter-in-law, that perfect wife. But my dreams got shattered, and the most depressive years of my life, 15 years of my prime life, went down the drain. I did not get along well with my mother-in-law. She was a widow from the village with very old-fashioned ideas of how a daughter-in-law should be treated. If she said sit, I had to sit. And if she said stand, I had to stand. So I started rebelling against her, as I had not been exposed to this kind of behavior as I was growing up. I was confined to the four walls of the house, as I was a mere housewife. Every conversation led was a battle between both of us. It was sheer mental torture. As a newly married couple, there was no privacy. My health started failing due to stress and depression. only silver lining was my loving husband and two beautiful children. I had forgotten to speak English, and my intelligence was a thing of the past. To escape from this oppressive atmosphere, I started attending my Guruji's sessions whenever he was in Mumbai. With laser focus, I used to listen to him intently, what he was trying to tell. At the end of every session, he gave his secrets openly. He said, "We are all gods." At first, I was shocked. How could I be God? Because to me, gods lived in temples. They came in various shapes and sizes. But my mind has started churning. Guruji said, God is omnipresent and cannot be confined to temples and puja rooms. One day, seeing my unhappiness, Guruji said, Suman, if it was your own mother instead of your mother-in-law, would you have asked her to leave home? This was the most profound moment of my life. I was filled with remorse and guilt. What had I done? With newfound maturity, I realized she was lonely and insecure, and she was craving for love. Because of her nature, her own family members did not want to keep her. Soon, I started changing, and unconditional love started flowing for her. She became my mother. As my relationship bloomed with her, life started blooming for me. At the age of 40, I performed my first solo dance with 80 kgs of weight, and I won accolades. I had honed flirtation to a fine art. My strong sense of humor and ready wit won me a horde of admirers. I soon joined my family business and my horizons expanded. In 2018, at the age of 56, I did a one-year management course from a reputed college. This was the beginning of a new dawn. I realized I had so much to learn and so much to do. Today, I'm full of gratitude to the universe, my guru, my family, friends, and each and everyone who has entered my life for this peace, joy, and happiness. One thing which I learned in this journey was you cannot change the world, but you can change yourself. When you change, the world around you automatically changes. Thank you, Premraj, for this wonderful question.
And thank you, Suman, for sharing your life's journey. It's been an incredible journey. Though you might not have had a great relationship with your mother-in-law, we're happy to note that you changed it. And I'm sure you are the greatest grandmother on this earth.
Thank you very much.
And we welcome to the show Arvind Badikar and A.S. Patil. And we have a couple of other surprises. We have the tribe leader of India Speakers Association, Ashutosh. Ashutosh, welcome to the show. And the surprise of surprise, we have Deepika Singh, who is a world champion, a beauty queen world champion. Deepika, thank you for joining. An off-take on what you just shared, should mind control you or should you control the mind?
Premraj, this is a very important question because most of us are confused about the mind itself. The right answer would be we should control our minds. But 99% of the time, studies have shown that we are the slaves of our mind and the mind masters us. I'd like to share this example with all of you all of a powerful horse and a rider. The powerful horse represents the human mind, and the rider is its owner. What happens when the rider is not able to control the horse? The horse turns wild, tearing off at great speed in whichever direction it pleases. And the poor rider, he is holding on to his life as he may easily fall off and get injured. On the other hand, when the rider is in control of the horse, he is able to regulate its speed, harness its strength, rein it tight so that it moves in a particular direction with full force. This is the power of your mind. Thank you, Premraj.
Wow, what an explanation. We could feel we were on that horse ride, that story showing that you said. Amazing. Well done. How do thoughts manifest in our lives? Can you explain the process and throw more light on it?
Thank you for this awesome question, Premraj. When you see a beautiful tall building, many are thought to start wondering how strong its foundation would be. This is because it is the foundation which holds the whole structure. Now, these thoughts, they emanate from our mind. So we can say mind is the mother of all our thoughts, positive and negative, which arises from it, which means the foundation of our every success and failure is found in our mind. Let's take the example of an architect who wants to build a building. There is a three-step process for manifestation. The first step, a thought arises from his mind. He wants to build a building, how he is going to design it, and what processes would be involved to make it world class. The second step is he puts his plan on paper with every minute detail, leaving nothing to chance. For example, it could be the number of rooms, who would be its occupants, what would be its color combinations, what kind of furniture would be suitable, the lighting, the air conditioning, specific measurements for the drawing room, the hall, car park, swimming pool, and many more. And the third step is he has to physically construct it to manifest it to the world. In the same way, there is a three-step process for every success and failure which takes place in our life. The first step is a thought, positive or negative, it arises from our mind. The second step is now this thought, it goes to the cosmos or the universe, to which we attach a message. This is what I want. It can be a desire. And the third step is cosmos manifests this thought into our lives. So this is the process of manifestation, Premraj.
Wow, three-step process which you can implement in your lives to make our lives better.
Yes.
Thank you, Suman. Thank you very much for sharing this with us. Just a take on that, how is it that we can unlock the potential of the mind?
Premraj, we all feel like someone is more intelligent than the other, someone is better at something, and we are not all equal. But we all have the same 100% mind potential within us. And the best part is it is our own personal property. Today, I would like to teach you a three-step process how to unlock your mind potential. What does RBI mean to all of you all here? I'm sure the answer you all will say is Reserve Bank of India. Yes, it is right because it is the national treasury of our country. We are going to talk of RBI, the treasury of our minds, where R stands for relax, B for belief, and I, imagine. Studies have shown that when mind is totally relaxed and at peace, out of the box ideas for progress, innovation, improvements, destruction takes place. One day, Newton was sitting relaxed in his garden when an apple fell down from a tree and the law of gravity was born. He must have sat hundreds of times in his garden. Belief. Have 100% faith in whatever you want to do. No ifs, no buts, no fears, no doubts. But today, we put our faith on Vastu consultants, astrologers, palmists, numerologists, tarot card readers. Premraj, here the secret is, here also it is our mind power which is working for us. And the third one is imagine. Imagination is conscious visualization. 99% of the time, mind tends to be negative. So we have to provide the constant supply of positive thoughts, wear a positive attitude, so no space is left for negativity to come in. They say when mind is at peace, the universe surrenders to the mind. Thank you, Premraj.
And the mind is at peace, the universe surrounds. That's a great, great thought that you have expressed. And I like that RBI concept that you introduced, another 3-point session. And in fact, there are 5 bankers on this call here. Everybody would thought RBI is something else. Thank you for sharing that. Would you mind sharing any interesting case where you have handled, where exponential results happened because the mind was unlocked?
Premraj, as such, I don't have any cases which are measurable. Yes, but I have impacted a lot of lives around me. Like, I was just thinking about this. Like, 2 cases are that few years back, one of our employee from another company, his wife wanted to have a kid and she was having certain issues with it. So he came and said, Madam, kya karu main? She really wants to have a kid. So I just told him a simple technique which I had heard Guruji advising someone else. I said, you just do it, and when the time is right, have faith it is going to happen. You won't believe, Premraj, after 2 months, he came with a report card of the doctor saying, ma'am, see, she's pregnant, it's come positive. I was really happy that I was able to help through Guruji someone. And the same case came around 2 years back. The couple are very happy, but I think it is that mother-in-law. She wants a grandson, grandchild. So she was getting disturbed. And she started becoming negative towards her husband. So one day I called her in and I had a good talk with her. I just told her, you loved your husband. You love him. You had a love marriage. Just because it's not happening, it doesn't mean you become negative. So even if it is supposed to happen, who knows, it may be happening right now. We are stalling its process. And not even 1 month, Premraj, must be it was in the process. She came so happy, ma'am, I'm expecting. I think that really made me very happy because seeing other people's joy gives you more happiness. And one more I'd like to share is, this is quite a few years back. A very close friend of mine and her husband, they're having a lot of problems in their marriage. Since I was close to both of them, I used to talk to them separately. Then I used to talk to them together. And today, I think it's over 20 years, they're in a very strong marriage with 1 son. Thank you, Premraj.
Thanks for sharing these 3 cases. Happy to note you're making girls pregnant. You had this target that you mentioned to me once of wanting to impact what? Something like 1 million lives? How do you propose to do this?
Premraj, this thought just came in my mind. And since I'm a medium for the cosmos, universe, and my guru, as I'm 100% surrendered to him, they will see that I will accomplish it. There's nothing in my hands which I'm going to do. I'm just flowing with his knowledge.
Great way to put it. Just 2 quick hacks to make the mind positive.
One hack of instant positivity. Whenever you feel you are becoming negative, just smile. I want all of you all to smile now and feel what is happening. Because when you smile, there is a break in your thoughts. A space is created between two thoughts, and the chain of negativity is broken. So I advocate keep on always smiling. It's okay what others think. They don't know the secret technique. And the second one is it's a very powerful technique, which I'd like everyone to do it, be it in your profession or if you are at home, at least 3 to 4 times. You can call it a mini capsule meditation of 30 seconds to 1 minute. So I'd like all of you to just close your eyes and be relaxed. Witness your thoughts which are passing by. They may be positive or negative, depending on the situation you are finding yourself in. There may be huge spaces with a few thoughts meandering by. Remember, you are just a witnesser. You are not your thoughts, nor do you own them. Now, just open your eyes. I hope you all are feeling refreshed and re-energized.
Yes. Not only refreshed and re-energized, feeling much more lighter. Thank you for this quick one.
Actually, Premraj, here it's a very deep secret because when we close our eyes, we are getting connected to our creator. Can you imagine that? That is why when we go to sleep and get up in the morning, we feel refreshed, re-energized for another day because every night we are getting connected to our creator through sleep. That is why this meditation also is very important. For that 30 seconds, 1 minute, you're connected to him. So all your thoughts are already broken. Intensity of them has gone down. Thank you.
Thanks. That's nice. Good sharing. Suman, based on what you have shared now in the last half an hour, it is possible people might want to connect you. Is it okay if I share your number and a contact with them in case somebody is interested?
Actually, I'd like you to share my email ID and all my social handles. Then I will connect with them, Premraj.
I'll do that. So if anyone wants to get in touch with Suman, please get in touch with me. I'll share her coordinates. Thank you, Suman, for your time.
Thank you
You're a
very
wonderful
much.
soul, making so much difference in the world where there's a lot of strife. You are a woman on a noble mission. I'm sure with the tips that you gave on unlocking the mind, we will see a lot more evolved people around us. Wish you all the very best in making a difference to 1 million lives. Thank you and God bless.